You want to drag people into war. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. And the fact that like you think like, oh, because I want peace for my people, it doesn't seem to work for them. Because look at the history of the Arab-Israeli conflict. Not a single time that Israel gave up land unless it's because of like they had to lose it for war. So they gave back Sinai because the Egyptians crossed the canal and went into war. The Oslo Accord, it happened because of the Intifada. The 2006 disengagement because they were having too many losses in their ranks. The withdrawal from Lebanon because Hezbollah, like it was like too many casualties from the Israelis. Israelis don't understand anything other than the language of power. And they have never given land out of peace and out of the goodness of their heart. So they're always in a continuous conflict. And they're pushing the world into that conflict. And it is just like, it is very disturbing.
But you say the Israelis, it's really important that we also separate the Israelis from the Israeli government, because there's a lot of people in Israel who disagree vehemently with Netanyahu and his actions and his policies.
This is a very interesting point, because when you say this, why don't I hear that distinction when we talk about Gaza?
No.
I'm not talking about you.
Yeah,
but
I'm not
talk to us.
I'm not talking about you, because this is very interesting. Because when you talk about Gaza, it's like, oh, because they have elected Hamas. I'm not talking about you.
Distinction.
I'm not. Again, I'm for the viewers. I'm making this.
Even though the majority of Palestinians support Hamas, there's still a massive difference between Palestinians and Hamas.
And even though the massive, like the massive majority in Israel, actually, they have Israelis preventing aid trucks from going into Gaza, and they're like happy about it. You have Israelis in TikTok making fun of Palestinians killing. You have Palestinians like in the Flag Day openly telling Palestinians that they're going to be killed. So whatever, okay, the Israeli government. So the Israeli government has been pushing for the war.
I think this is an important point, Bassem, and I'll explain why. There's people on the other side of the argument who would say pro-Palestine supporters, and I've had arguments with them. Oh, they're pro-Hamas. You know, they're Islamic fundamentalists. Look at them. You see these clips of people chanting for jihad and whatever else, and I go, that is a very, very small percentage of the people. I think what's really important to detoxify the conversation, Bassem, is to say there are governments who are acting in this particular way. There are supporters of those governments, but that doesn't mean that necessarily all of the people in that area support the governments or those actions.
Who has the power?
The government, of course.